This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and I am recording on the 4th of July, which, if you are not from America, you may not realize is the birthday of America. Because if there's one thing that is very American, it's letting the rest of the world know that they should understand our calendar and our not metric system and our other things and appreciate it. So you will appreciate America's birthday here with CovertGoBlue. I probably lost about, what would it say, about 60% of my audience, somewhere in there just now, because this does go out to a worldwide audience. So I promise you there won't be too much flag waving, but we do have the sleeves on the deck. So what are we playing today? I thought, what's American? Of course, the red, white, and blue, the colors of Jeskai. But what is more American than just the colors? Big snakes. Just have fun with it. Just let the joke sink in. But anyway, we are playing Jeskai Koma, and the idea here is that while it's very rare to cast Koma, the Cosmos Serpent, in this deck, we transform one of our tokens into the Koma using the card Transmogrify, which is still legal in Standard. And that says to exile target creature, the creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. But wait, if Koma is the only creature in your deck, which you have to do to use the Transmogrify, where do you get the creature to Transmogrify? Well, I've got a few ways. Tokens, of course, are a good one. Birth of Meletis makes a token. Omen of the Sun makes a token. Raven's Warning makes a token. Lorehold Command can make a token. And Shark Typhoon makes a token. But the favorite is to yoink. If you steal your opponent's creature with the Akroan War and then also Transmogrify it, you get Koma and they lose their creature. Good deal. What's even more fun about that, now your opponent's creatures are forced to attack by Chapter 2 into the Koma, which can gain Indestructible. Rawr! That's freaking sweet. I don't care who you are, that's sweet. And the new card that we're running from Strixhaven is Lorehold Command. Lorehold Command not only can make a token for the Transmogrify, but it has another cool mode that you don't usually see in Boros, which is sacrifice a permanent, then draw 2 cards. So we get to do this steal and sack thing without playing Rakdos. If you yoink your opponent's creature with the Akroan War, you can sacrifice it before giving it back to the Lorehold Command and draw 2 cards. So it's a nice addition that does mean that we have some new cards lurking in the deck. Why would we run Koma in a deck with no green? We can't cast it. Well, I do have 4 Ketria Triomes. There is a small chance we can cast it. I also tried a version with Prismari Command that made treasures, which also increased the chances. The problem with Prismari Command, it just wasn't, I think, on theme with the deck enough. In Historic, you can use Indomitable Creativity to sacrifice artifacts to turn them into Koma. In Standard, Transmogrify can't target those treasures, and it took a lot of utility out of the card, so Prismari Command did not make the cut. What did make the cut were some fun interactive cards. We have 4 copies of Glass Casket to get around that pesky indestructibleness that seems to be ever so present on the ladder, thanks to Selfless Savior. We have 4 copies of Jwari Disruption to add some counter magic and some just disruption. It's in the card. I'm trying to be more literate, like fancy words than that, but it really is. Jwari Disruption does what it says it does. It disrupts. We have Omen of the Sea to try to set up our draw. The Omens, of course, work very well with Yorion because we are a Yorion deck to try to reduce the odds of drawing the Koma and for other good reasons. And we also have 2 Saw It Comings, 2 Mystical Disputes to try to resolve and protect our sweet, expensive spells. Raven's Warning is a fun one that means we do get to use our sideboard, and I've got some heavy hitters in the sideboard. Because Raven's Warning pops off a little later, you can usually have like 5 drops or higher, assuming that you're curving. So I have Doomscar, Ox of Agonis, Sublime Epiphany, Dream Trawler, Dance of the Mance, and 1 copy of Seagate Restoration. Check out the games to see how and when to fetch the different cards and what situations it calls for. And I will tell you right now, I'm recording this after recording the video. We've got some sweet games today. You're going to want to stay till the end. What I love about the deck isn't just cheating to get a big snake into play and you just win, although that kind of happens sometimes, mostly against decks like Mono Red. But against decks that are trying to interact with you and have any idea what's going on, there's a lot of decisions to be made, and the deck does a lot of just kind of cool things. And I like that we don't have a board clear except for the sideboard accessible by the Raven's Warning. I like that we have to use a Crow and War creatively. It really adds a whole other level of thinking 2 to 3 steps ahead. So you're going to want to watch these games. And on that note, happy 4th of July to all the Americans. Happy, I'm not sure when your country's birthday is, but enjoy it when it happens to everybody else. Let's dive in. Let's see if we get more BM emotes with the American flag sleeves. What do you think? Is that going to happen? Let the nonsense begin. Devin again. Is this Mr. Mono Red? I think it is. Mr. Mono Red. Your rank go wrong way. It's okay, mine too. It's okay. The matchmaking is rigged to make sure the best of 3 gamers get to feel special. It's okay. It's okay if we D-rank. We were top 10 Mythic once, and we know it. Look at me, having a moment of camaraderie with Mono Red. It is a special day, isn't it? All right. Well, I've got this nice arsenal of removal that should help us out. Their Annex is going to go in a box, or their Phoenix, I guess. Let's take out their Hall Monitor. It would be better if we found a way to exile the Charger sometime. Worst draw in the deck. No big deal. Yeah. Bird in a box before they have mana up to Frostbite and save it. So you like 1/1s. I see. So now the Frostbite can pick off the Shark, which isn't good. So we're probably going to go Omen Omen and try to hold on for a larger Shark Typhoon if we can find any other good plays to make. All right. So Ember Cleave we have to keep in mind. So I guess we take the damage. Okay, they don't play anything. This Omen, a Crow and War. There's nothing here I really want to steal. This land does play the Koma. That is something. Eventually they'll play something larger than these 1/1s, right? We're gonna eventually work our way through this. But I guess if we're drawing this next turn, are we priced into the Shark? Because I don't think the Shark is great. Let's play the War and steal the Charger. Let's just do it. Because the other play that we could do is buy Yorion, but then we're just taking damage and not affecting the board, which against Mono Red is usually a death sentence. The turn after that we have a 4/4 Shark. The turn after that we have a Koma, so we may as well play the War. Boing. Stomp their own Fireblade. Yep, there's the Frostbite. Okay, they got the Torbrand now. We go to 5. It's scary. That is a draw. So, if we make the Shark, the Monitor would take us to 2, and we'd block and kill the Torbrand, which sounds nice. Next turn, how's this work? If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls. Okay, so this is not going to kill itself through the War, is what we're figuring out here. The War will kill the Hall Monitor, it will not kill Torbrand. Whew, if they had a Bone Crusher Giant, would we have seen it? Yes, I think we would have. I think they'd have much rather either cast it the turn they played nothing, or they would have, instead of used the Frostbite on their own creature, they would stomp it so that next turn they could play the Giant if they didn't draw the land. So I don't think they have a Giant. So I think we can go for the Shark Typhoon. The problem is, because of the Torbrand, if they do have another Frostbite, they'll kill the Shark because of the Torbrand. So close spot, but this also gives us 2 looks at drawing the land for the Koma. You know what? On that note, we're going to go chump blocking instead and do our best to stay alive, because this Hall Monitor, although it would die to the War, I don't know, man. There's a lot of moving parts in that turn. Plus this keeps them off Embercleave, which is not a... It's definitely a real possibility. We make blocker. We do not draw the land. That sucks. I do not like it. I do not like it. But what did they draw? If it were a Frostbite, we would have seen it. What is it? Another Embercleave. They have 2 Embercleaves in hand. Embercleave goes on here. That's 5. Minus 4, we go to 1. Okay. Uh-oh. That's a Frostbite. Or a Giant. Yep. They could have killed the shark. I think they missed that. They could have killed the shark and they missed it. That's lucky. And look at the draws. Oh no! We can't do both. We only have 2 blue. We only have 2 blue. We can't do both. This puts us up to 3, though, which plays around another giant. Let's go. And Yorion is kind of a lights-out play if we get to make it with this board. Torbrand returns. Okay, that was one of their other cards that I didn't think of, that they could have another Torbrand, but that makes sense. Come on, land. Untapped. Thank you. Thank you. Embercleave Bonecrusher Giant. Got it. All right. Transmogrify. This way we have Koma, but we also have Counter Magic open. Because here comes the other Bonecrusher Giant for lethal. They GG'd me. They GG'd me. You GG'd me, huh? Good game, bro. I'll make you regret that. Oh, if they draw another Bonecrusher Giant, how sick would that be, though? That'd be epic. That would be an epic ending to a video. I would puke my guts out, but no worries. Yeah, they still are on draw. The 3rd Bonecrusher win. We've got to get off this 3 life. Okay, now we can draw the card using cycling of a Triome here. The problem is I put all expensive cards in my sideboard because I'm a maniac. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 to draw. 1, 2. Gosh, we're 1 mana short of using Dance of the Mance to get back the warning. 1 mana short of that. We can make the Koma indestructible and sweep the board. Nope, mana short of that too. It's been a weird game. A weird game. Alright, I'm gonna grab the Dance of the Mance. The Dream Trawler also gains us life, but it's a turn slower than the Dance, because Dance can gain us 2 life right away by getting back Raven's Warning. Which, if we want to, can later get us another Dream Trawler. Alright, so, Yorion, blink the Omens. The Omens kill the Torbrand. And then where you should be safe from the Giant top deck. If we attack, we can make this indestructible. It's fine. So let's get busy with the big snake. Let's do it. America. Biggest snakes around. Probably not even true. But it wouldn't be an America joke if we didn't say things that were slightly exaggerated. So we could also give them back the Hall Monitor, but I don't really want to. I'm not as afraid of the 4-3. The ability to make something not block, it might make something awkward. I'm not sure exactly what. Untap land. We have enough anyway to animate our things. We don't need that land anymore. This game has been close, though. Like, there have been so many times where having 1 more land would make a huge difference. All right. It's just your Embercleave and your Giant. Let's take the choice out of your hands. I know, not even letting you have your shiny sword moment. The pre-GG from Devin. We've been on such a long road in Mythic, playing each other every day, Devin, and you pre-GG me. You broke the first rule of engagement with CovertGoBlue. Never pre-GG me. Who dares enter the Mythic ranked queue on Independence Day? Let's see. No red mana? No red mana. But if we draw it, our hand is great. And we're sitting on a casket. On the play? I don't know. I'm feeling gambly already. I'm feeling gambly. Now I'm really wondering about this, but I'm going to hold it for a minute. Deep thoughts about Jwari Disruption in that spot. All right, Alcide. Okay. Let's see what they do. Daxos. All right. Okay. So the life gain deck isn't the quickest one if you're able to counter something. Oh, yes, we drew the land. All right. So, double white. Birth of Meletis fetches plains. Let's go double blue. Let's pass. We need to Jwari Disrupt their Heliod and then Glass Casket their Daxos. And then from a mostly stable board, we try to draw what we need. Okay. Well, no Heliod yet, which is going to make the next few turns awkward. We need to be patient. We need to be very patient. Very patient. Very patient, because we need to draw a red source anyway. So I don't think that playing this is going to really change our situation well. But we are under some pressure, and the opponent missing a land drop might be the best thing for them. But those 3 drops out of the mono white deck, they're the strength of the deck. So you gotta stop them. There's the first one. Remember, we need to draw a red source anyway, so giving up this land is fine. Wouldn't have been fine if we hadn't drawn the other pathway. But that changed it. Nice. Okay, come on, baby. Say go. Get them to tap out again. Mystical Dispute something. Take some damage. It's okay. A Crow in War. Transmogrify. Koma. The war does need to steal something. The bounty can mess with that. But so we might need a turn of Glass Casket and Omen of the Forge if the opponent has an open mana. They do nothing. Nothing, Jon Snow? Okay. Well, pretty smart of them to chill, but if they do it again, we punish them. Well, now they're going for Blade Historian. Their timing has been really good. So, what can we do? I guess we have to counter it, and then there's still 1 mana open, so we're going to 4, so the next turn we have to interact. If they have another Blade Historian, we're probably going to die. Yeah, this has been a very strange, awkward game, and it looks like we're going to have to decide it in the margins. But we got the counters out of our hand. That's a good draw. So now we have the option of Shark, Typhoon, and Omen of the Forge, so we can interact on their turn. So we don't need to play the Casket here and make them sack the bounty, but we could. The Shark Typhoon, a Shark Typhoon that survives also can be transmogrified right away, but I don't think that's the best thing we can do. Let's say go. Another Blade Historian would be bad, like really bad, but it wouldn't be lethal. And I kind of want them to go for it. They got countered last turn for going for it. Incoming. So we need to target this, block this, I think. Or we could target this, block this. If we target this first, they have to use it, and then they get to decide what the heck to do. So we want to lead with the Omen. So if they want to sacrifice this to save something else, they have to choose now. They do not. They want their mana for other purposes. Okay. Get this annoying pupper off the field too. Two life. All right, doing it the hard way to open our day. Magic be like that sometimes. I'm sure they'll have another permanent, but hopefully it's something we can steal. They play nothing. They're gonna sit on their castle. They might have another Maul the Skyclaves to suit up the token and kill us. So what's the best way to play it? We could make a Shark Typhoon token and block the token or the Daxos. My god, this is close. If we had a Crow and War steal this, looks really nice, and then they attack us for 1, but then we just die if they have Sky Maul. If they had Sky Maul, would they have played it that turn? They might have. I don't know. I feel like we should play around the lethal. I think we can in the situation that we're in. If the opponent, if all that they do is make a token and then attack us with just a 1/1 token, we can go to 1, Shark Typhoon, and Transmogrify it into Koma. All right, another dog. And a Blade Historian. No! Well, that's not quite lethal yet, but it is close. Because they get to keep their token. So we have to steal their Blade Historian. If they forget the double strike, they might, you know, sack the Savior. Eh? You want to sack that Savior? No. Okay, fine. Fine. Don't forget how your cards work. Make my job hard. Nice draw. Give me that. Let's hold up the instant speed Omen of the Forge. The last 2 draws were very helpful. More interaction in a spot where we need it. Skyclave Apparition. They're going for the lethal. Okay. No, they're going for the war. Okay. And they have this frickin' dog, and now they'll have double strike again. God, that's brilliant. Yep, that's the play. God, the Skyclave Apparition really got us here. Yeah, as long as they attack with both, we can't stop them. And that's game. Oh, that was a close one. Rough start to the day for America. Hey, that's a fresh name in Mythic. Tuga Lemigo. All right, our hand has all of our colors, but it's on the draw, and it doesn't have removal. It also has a Koma, but it's a castable Koma. There's a good chance this hand gets run over. Let's keep it. Luminarch Aspirant, we're probably dead. Although a Crow and War is really good. We might steal this just in the nick of time. Okay, Selfless Savior. I was like, if it was Alseed, it's way more dangerous because now it's 2 life, 2 life, 2 life. So we've got 3 turns till, or no, we got 2 more turns till Angel time. Ugh, disgusting. But we do get to Jwari their powerful 3-drop, which is what the white deck is all about, and then hopefully their hand is all land. Would have loved to steal that. If I was on the play, that would resolve so I could steal it. But I'm not on the play. I'm a sad, sad CGB. All right, up to 23. Next turn, 25. Turn after that, 27. All right, since we draw the untapped land, we play the Raven's Warning for sure. We need the white here. Hold on. Let me think about that. Double blue is already here. We might need double white for something, so yeah, we white. We go white. Opponent can use the dog to bash their way through the 1/1. I wonder if that means we don't block. But we're still letting our opponent, in my opinion, get way too close to 27, and if they still control 1 speaker, It can make angels. So maybe attacking the opponent is better than blocking. Take them 1 life lower, then steal their other speaker. Then they don't necessarily make 27. Yeah, I think it's no blocks and attack. Because one way to invalidate the speaker is to damage their face. They say go, we draw Transmogrify. That's a Koma. That's a Koma, but is it good enough? Is it good enough? Do we prefer war? Let's see what's in their hand. Heliod is in the hand, and they didn't play it. Why didn't they play the Heliod? Why didn't they play the Heliod? They're playing around something. I mean, I put this out on turn... Yeah, I was tapped out. Need to interrogate my opponent. Well, next turn, we can turn this into a Dream Trawler. Is that better? We can turn their speaker into a Dream Trawler. Might be a little better. Let's do it. Plus, this ticking a Crowan War will take out their savior. It's not bad. It's not bad. I really want to know what they were playing around. Like, what did they have in their head that I was going to do that they had to avoid that's in my colors? Something strong and American. If they had a Heliod out, they would have grown both of these to 2/2s. I think we can still win, though, because then we'd be stealing a 2/2, and this would be a 2/2, and then they wouldn't have hit the... They'd have the same life total, right? Don't sack the savior. No, that's cringe. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on, you're Mythic. You have a... Don't sully the reputation of all the Mythics by sacking the savior right here. Don't do it. Thank you. Us people who are Mythic in the first week of the season, we need to believe a certain amount of maybe truths that we are good at Magic. So people who do things like play Yorion aggro decks and sack their savior to protect from an Crowan War, they ruin that reputation for everyone, is what it is. All right, 25. So if you were wondering what I meant about having a Dream Trawler, I'll show you. I'm not saying this is the exact right play. A Koma is in many ways better. I think either way wins, to be really clear. But you take... I don't always get to do this synergy when I make this video. So the Raven's Warning goes off. You put the Dream Trawler on top of your deck. I'm going to attack my opponent here with the Birdo, because I'm going to Transmogrify our Birdo into the Dream Trawler, and the opponent is forced to attack into the Dream Trawler with the Crowan War, so we're going to gain 3 life and eat another one of their doggies, and it's going to be nice. You're going to like it. Just enjoy the show. Enjoy the fireworks, they might say. What did I play for 4th of July last year? It was Inspired Ultimatum, because I made a lot of firework references to the massive kaboom of an Inspired Ultimatum. You have to attack. You don't get a choice. I know. Tragic. Truly. Yeah, your dog has to attack too. But the dog's going to sacrifice to block the savior. If we block the dog, they'll sacrifice the dog and we won't gain any life. So we block the speaker. The dog sacrifices to save the speaker. The Crowan War goes off. It doesn't kill the speaker because the speaker's not tapped. But then we'll get to use an Omen of the Forge, and it's smooth sailing from there. And we got out of a kind of a scary on the draw against a pretty good life gain curve. We can transmogrify our Trawler into a Koma. Who's down? Are you guys down for that? Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. I'm not sure. Wow, I'm playing Dream Trawler 2 days in a row. What a world. Lots of fun we can have with Lorehold Command, but we don't need to do it now. Instant speed and all. All right, they draw Castle. Then make 1/1. Oh, please. Opponent, you play right into my hand with these plays. 3/2 creature, 3 damage. Kill this. I'll gain the life. Look who's at 27. Yeah? Yeah? You impressed? Don't act like you're not impressed. Let's see, green, lots of blue, lots of red. Extra blue, so white, I suppose. And there we go. Untapped land off this trawler, please. I really want to play the Koma. Untapped land. What about my request didn't get through? If the opponent doesn't scoop, maybe next turn. Boo! Oh well. Game was definitely over. Mo ducks? Somebody wants more ducks? I'll expect a turn 1 Gilded Goose. That's not good. Unless if they're playing rogues, our chances are slim anyway. There's a good hand on the play though. But why? Why is there a Koma in our opener so often? There's only 2 in my 80 card deck. Why? Okay. We roll with it though. See, this is our only white, so let's play it on white before we forget that it makes white. Wow, don't slow roll me or nothing. Dismal backwater. I don't think it's a total meme. What I'm gonna say is a joke. Free-to-play rogues, players, and Mythic, am I right? I have at times, though. I've definitely put dismal backwater into my decks. Because I thought that a little more life would make rogues better against aggro. So, just a joke. But we get to Ox of Aganis. We do have to find second red, which I'm now nervous about, but we do get to Ox of Aganis here. Do we want double blue? Double blue. Let's get this on the field on red before I forget. And we get the Raven's Warning. The Mystical Dispute is a good draw too. Crabby crab crab. Mill me up. Darn it, there go two things that produce red. God, rogues! Freaking hate you, man! Just stop! They didn't attack. What a coward. Still no red, but we've got 2 Raven's Warnings, and we get to see that they have a Didn't Say Please ready to go, along with an Agadeem's Awakening, a Heartless Act, a Soaring Thought Thief. Do we just Koma? If we Koma, they Heartless Act it. So that's another reason it's good to have a look at their hand. Yeah, getting Koma is not going to do it. So let's play another Warning. Get a steady stream of cards coming in from the sideboard. Play this on blue, so we have Mystical Dispute. And if we draw an untapped land, we can maybe Transmogrify into a Koma and have Dispute to fight the Didn't Say Please. Maybe they'll use this Heartless Act on one of these birds. I don't know. I don't know. Are you joking right now? We need the Akroan War to actually resolve if we're gonna sweep these out of the way. Anyway, this is an interesting game. They hold up their didn't say please. We don't draw the land. We don't draw the frickin' land. But we do have another Raven going off, so we can draw one of these into our hand this turn. So we can put the Seagate Restoration on top and draw that, and then plan to draw the other things next turn. I mean, how badly do we need this land? I feel like we need it very badly. We could also hit the Doomscar, but I don't think that's good. So let's go with the Restoration. I mean, I know about the Thought Thief. They know I know. They're going for it anyway. So we can Mystical Dispute this, draw the Restoration, and play the Akroan War. Or the Transmogrify. But remember, they have Heartless Act, so the Transmogrify isn't very good. I steal your crab, I think. Because then I can block one of the Enforcers, and these Enforcers will all die to themselves when the war goes off. And I can use these to block next turn. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to steal the crab. If I steal this, it's just a 1/1. It's not great. And the crab doesn't die to the war, so I need to throw it under a Thieves Guild Enforcer bus. No attacks, but they have to attack next turn. That's a great draw. All right, do we get Dance to get back these Ravens warnings? Or do we get the Ox that we can't cast to have an escape card in the yard? We do have another Ravens warning that I think we can fight through and get onto the battlefield, so let's take the Dance. I would love to save some of these to block since these have to attack. And if we attack with one, they might Heartless Act it. But if they do that, they take down Didn't Say Please. And how do we punish that? We play our Raven's Warning, or we go get a Koma? Oh, we go get a Koma if they do that. Okay. So just send one. Or no, we don't have to attack this turn because we don't have any Raven's Warnings going off. These already, they're spent. We don't draw any cards. Okay. No attacks. So we can just say go. We can Omen into the Dance if they try to mill us in response. What are they going to do with their mana? Nothing? It looks like the answer is nothing. Whereas if I play this and they play a Didn't Say Please and I counter it, maybe that is what we want though. Sorry guys. It's kind of a toughie. I think I want them using their mana. They let it go. Wow. Okay. No Didn't Say Please. Maybe they're saving it for the card on top of the library if they can't find a mill effect. Oh, they're... Oh, baby. They just bought Luris. They just bought Luris. You've got to attack. Alright, Crab goes under this bus. This goes... Actually, we don't block anything, right? We take it, and then they die to the war. Alright. Go for this. Oh, they're really wrecked now. Shark Typhoon, too. Solid. That's why we don't need board wipes in the main deck. Unleash the birds. Land would be nice. Okay, Transmogrify. They now have Into the Story. Didn't Say Please. Luris. Fabled Passage. Yeah, they've got a hand. They've definitely got a hand here. So again, we can make Koma, but they can Heartless Act it on the upkeep before the Serpent comes into play. If only Heartless Act were blue, we'd have Mystical Dispute to defend it. 1, 2, 3. Let's just go wide. Like a flock of birds evading a predator. They're flocking this way. Ah, good rogue torture session. Nothing says freedom, barbecue, and America's birthday like destroying rogues. Just crush them. Yeah, you draw 4. You're gonna need it. See, sometimes drawing 4 isn't good when you're too far behind on board and your opponent is also getting an insane amount of value. So, card on top of the deck. We still haven't drawn the red source for the Ox, which is kind of insane. We get to draw whatever card we put there this turn. Let's draw the Yorion, guys. It's kind of a sneaky play, but you can do it. Because the Yorion on this board is insane. So, this is fun. I get to show you guys just one more awesome way to Yorion. The Raven's Warning is going to draw us the greatest card ever printed. And then, what do we do with it? Yorion! What's better than a Yorion? Not paying 3 for your Yorion. You're gonna need crippling fear really bad. There's that red source we've been waiting for, so I guess we'll take it, along with a sweet Lorehold command. I guess this can cast the Koma. Why not? What do we discard? Probably you. 2 cards. Free Koma? Why would we discard a... Let's discard the Koma we can't cast instead of the one that we can. Oh, 2 Transmogrifys we definitely don't need, though. There's not enough hits in the deck. So the opponent, for the last at least 3 turns, has had a Heartless Act they haven't cast, Didn't Say Please that they haven't cast. They've held on to this Agadeems. I mean... And in the meantime, the battlefield went absolutely crazy. So you can't be too stingy in rogues. You gotta know when to pop those spells, man. All right, can we get back into top 30? Can we win this one? On the play, if we go get white, we have access to Casket, and with red, we have access to Omen. But are we going to be able to cast Raven's Warning if we set this to red? Like, it's very unclear what I need to fetch with this passage. I might actually have to slow roll the cracking of the passage. Because the information is critical. But what is... I'm just getting immune to it now. What is Koma doing in my opening hand again? Again. I've been playing 6-card hands all day. All right. Let's go. I think we just let this sit, and we see what the opponent plays. Oh, God. All right, so that puts it... That means we have to fetch the white right away, because we have to be able to play our early removal spells. If they'd played a tap land, we could just sit on the passage and see what we draw, and see if it changes what we would do. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. We are fine. This is fine. Probably going to Omen this, but we'll see. Speaker of the Heavens, man, out in force today. If I target their speaker, do you think they'll sacrifice the Alseed? Is that what I want? I'm not sure. Let's give them a choice. Let's give them a choice. Do you want to deal me a damage, or do you want to protect your speaker? It gives us some information about them. All right, they're confident they can get the life for this Speaker of the Heavens to pop off. That's what that tells us. Let's land the warning. Let's see if that dissuades them from attacking, or if they have Luminarch Aspirant, Sky Maul, something like that. Luminarch Aspirant, counter on the Speaker, charge. So we can let them have kind of build up their speaker a little and then steal it with the war. Or we might steal it right now. Let's attack with the bird and see what we see. We can steal it right now. They have Heliod, Linden, nice combo. Banishing Light, that can hit the war. Daxos, they have a good hand. They have a good hand. This Jwari Disruption, though, can counter one of these if they don't draw a land. And this Casket can come down and shut down one of their creatures now. And I like that line a lot. A lot. So, I'm going to take the Aspirant. I think it's the better card. And the opponent gains a little bit more life, and then the Akroan War steals the Speaker. But I guess the Speaker is the bigger threat, right? I mean, this is stats. Stats are scary. They don't last, like... Oh, this is tough, actually. I do have a 1/1 that flies that can keep their life total in check. I'm going for the Aspirant. I think that will get them to play the Heliod. And then we counter the Heliod with the Jwari if they miss their land drop, which hopefully they do. And then we untap Akroan War the Speaker. They have to spend their turn casting Banishing Light on the Akroan War. Wow. Wow. Never be without protection. Alright. They decided to go for double spelling in the face of the open mana. It's respectable. This is almost as good. Alright, we don't have double red, but we don't want Ox anyway. The Rogues matchup is over, CGB. Dude, I get traumatized. We could get the Yorion, which, with Akroan War and Omen in the Forge, can be very strong. We have 5 mana available. You know what? Let's do it. Let's freaking do it! More free Yorion. I actually think that's right. Crazy. Do we try to get our opponent to play this Heliod so that we can get this counterspell out of our hand? Or do we Akroan War now? Remember the Banishing Light. This is actually really tough. I want to get the... I'm willing to take a little bit of damage here to get the Saw It Coming out of my hand. We attack because we want to keep their life total in check. Foretell. In case they don't play anything I wish to counter. Alright, they go for Linden. We could steal Linden. How much life are they going to gain? They're going to go to 24, 25, 26. It's not quite there, but don't... They're just going to play the freaking Banishing Light the next turn, though, and get the war. Magic is tough. I guess we did want to play this. We did want it to be our turn, so let's stick to the plan. You know what? Let's Yorion, and they'll banish the Yorion. And then we'll still have a Akroan War for something else. It also gets rid of the dog. Could give the opponent back their Luminarch Aspirant. It's something that... If we do that... Reset their speaker or put their speaker under this. The Luminarch is something that will die to the war. Speaker and Heliod is a combo. Alright. They'll use the Savior to save the Aspirant. But this way we get the Speaker off the board for sure. And then the Aspirant is a good steal for the War that also dies to the War. Dies in the War is probably the right way to say it. Yep, come and get it. Your Luminarch is now my Luminarch. It's all breaking down. I think this still might come in handy. I guess Luminarch doesn't die in the war if I steal it, huh? I have to give it back to them. They would have to play something that will attack it and be big enough to kill it. Oh, that Skymoth changes the math, doesn't it? It really does. One Triumph from a Koma. I might lose this. Nice. They blocked it. They didn't read the room, realize they were getting it back. That was lucky. That was lucky. We don't deserve that one. Another one. Okay. So the Savior is gonna die. I say these things out loud about the Akroan War a lot because I forget. Like, it is a card I often forget how to play. Let's scry it up. Need to hit some good cards. Transmogrify is a Koma. Transmogrify is a Koma. And they don't have a good answer right now. Yep. A little indestructible for the Luminarch. Attack first. Transform. Big Snake. Murica. Welcome to Earth. Are you kidding me right now? Okay. The game goes on. It's a nice draw, man. That is a nice top deck. If you're gonna top deck, do it like that. This is pretty good too. The opponent might decide to suit up the Sky Maul, so let's hold back our creature. No, they might decide that anyway. Okay, let's attack. Let's not miss the damage. I was thinking that holding back the coil would incentivize them to suit up the Sky Maul, but that's not necessarily the case. They might, to play around counter magic, they might go Sky Maul equip. If they do that, we omen in response and we eat their turn. They don't get to get their Heliod onto the battlefield. Pretty good play. Lorehold Command Glass Casket. We are doing it now. Okay, we will keep these. We will keep these cards. Down to 12. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Getting there. Getting really close. Speaker. You got it. Go for that Heliod. Do it. Do it. Thank you. I knew that my faith in the Jawari Disruption would pay off eventually. Stay aggressive. We're almost there. This Lorehold Command is going to be a backbreaker. Sky Maul equip. You got it. Bang. opponents thinking I could have been at a barbecue. So I don't know if anybody else watched the movie Independence Day as much as I do on the 4th of July. So I don't know if all of my Independence Day references will get captured in this video. Just trust me. Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum equals lines. Equals dialogue that is quotable. Of course, as a kid, I also, not just to put myself over a little bit, I memorized a certain speech. Let's see if I can remember how it goes, or at least how it starts. Mankind. Those words should have different meaning to all of us. We can't be divided by our petty differences any longer. No, I'm going to start it from a different point, because I'm definitely going to lose my way if I do it there. And if we should win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, as the day when the whole world stood up and in one voice said, "We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we declare our Independence Day." And we are back for the post-game wrap-up. Let's check the stats, powered by Untapped.gg. Link in the description, including the decklist link. And if you try out the companion app, you will support the channel just a little bit with the download. So please try that out, and thank you. 4-1, a quick 4-1 playing Jeskai Koma, and the deck actually felt incredibly strong, but I think better than just kind of an overall view of the deck. It was very much a small sample size, as any content creator's work is usually going to be when they're changing decks on a regular basis, but the games were fun. Like, there was some really close, interesting games. The game I lost was close and interesting. Every single game felt like a lot of cool decisions, and I really enjoyed it. And more than anything else, that is a great day of recording for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed the content. Remember to hit like, subscribe, consider joining or signing up on Patreon if you want to support the content further, because, you know, I've done like 800 some days in a row making videos. Might be worth $1 if you feel like supporting me. Your favorite American MTG Arena content creator. It's a very specific niche. And just kind of on an outro note, hope I don't trigger anybody too bad, but I feel strongly that you can be proud of the country you live in and have a sense of kind of patriotism without being a total douche, and without having to always answer for every mistake your country has ever made, because that's not fair to put on you. You can appreciate the good things that have come from the opportunities you have from either where you're born or the country that you moved to. So, as much as it might drive some of you crazy when I put on the American sleeves and go out there and play my deck, it is where I'm from. And I hope if somebody is going to talk about America and you're immediately going to think of all the things that we did wrong and all the people from there who may have been seriously irritating to you or obnoxious, I hope you'll think of me as well, because I'm in here just trying to do my best, sending out content to the entire world every day. So thank you for watching this video. I hope I didn't offend you too much. I didn't mean to. And as always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.